Hi, Leos. I'm so excited to sit with my pride. Every month I say that, but it's so true. It's the treat of the month to sit with my people and have a little chat because us independent Leos out there, I think we always need these moments to just be together and talk. And I always feel like you're actually here with me as I am talking about what's coming up. November is a trip. November is wild for so many reasons, mainly because we have the Venus retrograde still going on, which is such a deep transit. If you're interested in that, I will leave the Vimeo toolkit and the overarching reading discussion for that below, but we have that until November 16th, and that is in Libra for that part of the retrograde. And then on 16th, it goes direct. But then we get a Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, our fire sign, sister sign, the fifth house, heart chakra, right? So we have those retrogrades going on. And while those conversations are going on, major transits are shifting places. So we have the north node of the moon leaving Leo on November 6th, I believe. Yep, the true node, the north node of the moon, has been in Leo for about a year and a half. It is now moving into Cancer. And this is actually one of the most important aspects of the month. I'm going to get to our note in a second, but I want to kind of get all the technical information out of the way before I get really into this note because it's important. And I'm probably going to cry today because that's what I do in Leo readings. We cry together, we hang out. It's just part of the tradition at this point. We have Jupiter moving into Sagittarius on the 8th, which is a beautiful transit. It's going to feel so good to have Jupiter there. If you're a Leo rising, this is going to feel really good for you because you're going to have a huge infusion of expansive energy in your creative heart chakra center. Oh, that's going to feel so good for Leo energy, though. Overarching, it's just going to feel amazing and very buoyant and very playful and very fun. Now, of course, the Mercury retrograde is in Sag at the end of the month. So we're also going to have, while we're having this big expensive spotlight on Jupiter, we're also going, Sag and Jupiter in Sag, we're also going to be having a bit of a moment before that fully takes off where we have to look at how we're communicating things, right? How we are connecting with others. I think that Mercury retrograde is going to be quite healing as a follow-up to the Venus retrograde because I think we need a moment to pause before we just dive in after everything that came up with that Venus retrograde. The moons are interesting this month. We have a new moon in Scorpio. It's Scorpio season for most of the month, which is that fourth house of home and family. It's a very private, tender spot for Leos. And so you may be finding that you're kind of a little bit more introverted, taking a little bit of time with your energy, checking in with yourself a lot, which is great. I think that's a beautiful thing. Leos need to do that. And when I get to the note, I'll tell you why. The full moon is in Gemini at 0 degrees of Gemini. Now, that has to do with your community and the way you want to revolutionize the world and your friendships. And you guys are at the precipice of really stepping into some new big roles as leaders. Leos are the official sign of leadership, right? And so a lot of Leos are leaders, whether that's within a company that you work for, your own business, in your family life, you have that leadership energy. And a lot of what's been going on is this revolution of what do you want your leadership to look like? Where do you want it to hit? Four of Cups. This card just loves a moment in the sun, doesn't it? Page of Swords. Wow. Okay. This represents to me the back and forth energy of this month, how there's so much forward motion and then so much internalization going on simultaneously. But let's talk about the note because I think we can talk about the astrology as much as we want. We can go over all these technical aspects and how everything's moving around, like Mars is going into Pisces this month. But let's get down to brass tacks, okay? Here's the note. I'm just going to stop shuffling. I'm going to stop saying anything. You are allowed to become the next version of yourself. You are allowed to become bigger and bolder. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to shift and change how you do this life. You are allowed to move on from things that aren't serving you. You are allowed to change jobs. You are allowed to take a risk. You are allowed to try new routines and patterns. Not only that, this is so powerful, you guys. I'm getting goosebumps. This is just really powerful. The North Node of the Moon has been in Leo for 1.5 years. And I know you all have been feeling it. Whether you even realize how much it's been working at you, you will when you start looking back at it, because it's moving to Cancer on November 6th. And I think that's going to feel so good for Leos. But here's the payoff. What the North Node in Cancer or Leo was trying to show you that whole time was to sign up for yourself. I think Leos, you want to commit to a lot of things. You like to commit to things, to people, to projects, to opportunities. You want to commit to it. You want to say, here's my heart. I have this huge heart. I have tons of energy. I know how to do things. I'm very creative. I can make a lot happen. Please let me sign up to be your number one. Please let me sign up to commit to you in love. The star. Beautiful, you guys. Please let me sign up to give all this energy to you, because Leo is such a giving sign. And you guys want to sign up for everybody else's where they need love. Empress. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is gorgeous. Gorgeous. You want to sign up for everybody else, but that North Node in Leo was like, no, you're supposed to sign up for yourself. Here's the sign up sheet. Please sign up for yourself. And every time you were hitting those walls with relationships, with opportunities, with growth, with change, it was like the world was telling you, the energy was telling you, that North Node in Leo was saying, no, you're supposed to sign up for yourself. Stop trying to sign up for everybody else's stuff. Just sign up for yourself. Just sign up for yourself. And you'll see, looking back, if you've been feeling like things have been moving and things are changing, things are good, but you keep hitting these little walls, or you can't quite get there. That's part of what was going on. Well, now November is the beginning of a new era. Even with the continued Venus retrograde, even with the Mercury retrograde, even with kind of the heavy intensity of Scorpio season, 6 of Wands, oh my gosh, you guys, you can see what I'm saying here. You're allowed to grow. You're allowed to, astronomically grow. But that's what that North Node's been trying to ding into you this whole 1.5 years. The whole 1.5 years. And now that it's moved back into Cancer, I think that will be a huge, huge relief for you guys. We have that moving into Cancer, and then we have Jupiter moving into the 5th house. That is so supportive of Leo energy. Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Pentacles. I am so excited for this reading, you guys. Oh my gosh. I'm going to pull one more card and then let's start talking, because oh my goodness. This is incredible. This is incredible. This energy is like, I haven't seen anything like it this month yet. 10 of Pentacles. Oh, baby. You guys are about to build some huge legacies. Whoops. You guys are about to build some huge legacies. The energy is going to be there for that. But you know what it stems from? Is that North Node in Leo lesson. Signing up for yourself. Once you decide that you are signing up for yourself and you're the most interesting person to yourself, everybody else shows up. The opportunities show up. When you keep trying to give that power away to everybody else, it dissolves, and you wonder where, but I'm trying to give. And these are the fruits that start to appear. I think, Leos, you have this. You have this in the bag. Now your homework is to let yourself grow into this, because you are going to be thinking you're getting away with something by expanding and growing and getting bigger. People love to give Leos crap for loving attention and making everything about themselves. That's just it's so misinformed. I'm sorry, that's one of the most misinformed things I've ever I ever see on pop astrology. It's hilarious. We do like our attention, but Leos literally spend their whole life struggling to give to everybody else all the time, and they forget to give to themselves. Anyway, okay, I'm going to stop talking about that. We're going to talk about these cards. Okay, Four of Cups comes out first, which is an integration card, right? And once again, this to me represents the North Node of the moon, hanging out with our energy for so long. It kind of felt like this, didn't it? It kind of felt like this, like, what is going on? Like, everything's okay, things are moving, but like, where's that flow? Where's that, yes, this is what I'm doing. Let's go all the way. Why does it keep hitting these weird little walls, right? It's like, sign up for yourself, for yourself, you know? It's like, 4 is a number of culmination. 4 is a number of completion and rounding out and connectedness, right? And when you get a 4, even the 4 of Cups, it means that you are culminating something. So if you're feeling a little bit at the beginning of the month, the first week of this November, that things are still kind of mysterious and unformed and you don't know how it's all going to really work out, take a breath, because I tell you what, as this month progresses, the energy builds and builds and builds and builds, and there is so much support here for Leos to take some really big turns in life and take on some really new, beautiful roles. I mean, right away, Page of Swords, boom. There's the first breath of fresh air. Here's an opportunity at communication that you've wanted for a while. Something really good for you. And I partially say that because it's followed up by 2 of the most benefic, positive energies you have in the tarot. The Star and the Empress. You know, Aquarius, Taurus. More fixed signs. The fixed sign family. Oh, the fixed signs are going through some major revolutions right now. It's pretty powerful. Yeah. Page of Swords brings in that fast movement, right? And where is the Page of Swords leading us? This is like the white rabbit in Alice in Wonderland. Where is this white rabbit leading us? Where is this door leading us? It's leading us into this energy, right? What does this mean? Okay, the Star is beautiful. I love the Star. And if you've been watching me for a while, you will know that I always say the Star is amazing, right? The Star wants you to heal, wants you to expand, and wants you to get out there and get past your comfort zones, what you consider home, into new turf, new territory, which sometimes for Leos, we have our little routines, and that can be a little tricky sometimes to be like, no, we've got to expand past that. And that's the thing. The Star asks for one sacrifice. One sacrifice. And that is your comfort zone. That is your old patterns. That is your old way of self-limiting, right? And that's where that note that I said, you are allowed to become this bigger, bolder version of yourself. You are allowed to embody this Empress. So that's the other side of this that's really interesting for me. I feel like there's a lot of energy moving around you, but you, Leo, are kind of sitting in a more divine feminine energetic space, which is retrograde energy in general. Like, retrograde energy can bring you a lot of bounty if you're not fighting against it the whole time and you are settling into it, you're relaxing into it, and that is what I'm seeing here, right? The Empress understands that things come to her. She does not go and make them happen. She lets the plants grow, right? She plants the seeds, and then she understands that they have to do their thing in order to arrive. She is abundance. She is honestly material abundance, right? She is love and abundance and clarity and happiness and contentment. Both of these are. And they're bigger, bolder versions of you. You got to say yes to this. You got to allow yourself to have this and say that you deserve to have this. You can't denigrate yourself and say, oh, I do want it, but I don't know if I'm allowed. I don't know if I'm allowed to do it. When these show up, you've got to choose them tenaciously and relentlessly. If you have somebody who's doubting you in your life, or if people don't really get your path, or maybe even, you don't know how the path is going to completely unfold, and you let that take you off your course, we can't do that this month. It has to be a month where we say, yes, I'm allowed to have this. Yes, I'm allowed to be this. Yes, I will be showing up like this. Welcome. Welcome to my show. I'm getting so many goosebumps. This is the goosebump reading of the month, I'm pretty sure. The next 4 cards almost speak for themselves. They're so crisp and clear and focused. I mean, I'm so happy to see this for the Leo fam. 6 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. Are you kidding me? These are revolutionary energies. They are absolutely revolutionary energies, especially this first 2 here, right? It's time to revolutionize your world. It is time to step fully into this. 6 of Wands is a card of triumph. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of transformation. The timing is right here for something to be plucked, some new venture, identity to commit to. And here's where that whole message of sign up for yourself. You've signed up for yourself, and what comes of it? Triumph, victory, exciting new beginnings. Very, very exciting new beginnings. A lot of you are going to be stepping into bigger leadership roles than you've ever had. A lot of you are going to be getting opportunities to create and lead and teach and connect using, your full magnetism, your full brightness. Absolutely. There it is. And yes, some of you may be finding that this month brings in very deep partnership. I actually see that with the Ace of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. This is a lot about where Leos find security, right? I mean, Scorpio Sag seasons hits deep parts of Leos. These are parts of ourselves that are very intimate and loving and caring. And so it's interesting to have the earth energy here. Normally people would say this is about an infusion of wealth or practical resources that are going to give you what you need. Yes, I think you're going to be a boss when it comes to finances. There seems to be something going on here with there being opportunities abounding. I mean, you got the Empress and you got the Star and you have the 6 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, which is the surprise element. Be open to the fact that some of this stuff is going to show up into your life in very surprising ways that you did not see coming. Keep that in mind. But here we go, right? But when I see these pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, what I see is a new beginning. This is legacy building energy. I often say 10 of Pentacles, it takes a long time to build, right? This is not the short, sweet game. This isn't your short-term goals. Oh, in the next 2 months, I'd like to earn this much and maybe go on this little trip. This is like what you're trying to build over the next number of years, right? So you don't get this overnight, this slow growth, but Ace of Pentacles is the opener to that, right? And the opener that is directly connected to the outcome of it being a legacy building thing. And I think Leos need loyalty and consistency. So when you have grounded energy like this, it makes me think about the people and the projects that are in your life and that are going to be showing up this month and how those people and projects are about loyalty and consistency, are about building a legacy with you. They are not about being fleeting and short-lived and frivolous, but about really saying yes to this kind of building. It's powerful, to say the least. Even with this retrograde energy, there's something going on with the Leo power. It's so magnetic and so clear and so crisp and so warm. You guys are like these little hearths that travelers walking through the dark night are going to look to and say, oh, I want to be next to that hearth. Now, with that being said, with the Venus and Mercury retrogrades, with all these huge shifting things, we've got Mars moving into Pisces, we've got Jupiter moving into Sagittarius, we've got the north node of the moon moving into Cancer. We have the moon doing some really interesting aspecting. We have Neptune going direct at the end of the month. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps again. A lot of people are going to be wanting to be around you. You might be finding there's a lot of communication from different aspects of your life. Be selective. Be very selective with where you share your energy, because you're going to have that hearth energy. I mean, there is nobody more magnetic than a person who's on this train. People are going to want to be a part of it, right? Oh, you're doing well. Oh, you're feeling good now. Oh, I'll give you a call and let's talk. You know who the type of people I'm talking about there. And you'll know the difference. I mean, that's the thing. You guys can trust yourselves. You'll know the difference between somebody who's coming in to make some noise and somebody who's coming in to build this. It's really obvious. It's really obvious. I'm not even concerned. Like, Leos, you're going to be so on fire this month. But that's with the caveat that you say you are allowed to do this. Because there are some of you out there that might struggle a little bit with that. I know that I have. If you want to really know the truth, there are times when I'm like, am I allowed to do this? You have to say yes, you are. And then you have to show up every single day with that bold, brave heart of yours and say, yes, I still deserve to do this. I still deserve to create this. I still deserve to become this. And you have to show up every day saying that this month. You have to show up every single day. Even when you just want to hide under the covers and play it safe. Not right now. That's not what this time is for. This time is for growth. This time is for new beginnings. This time is for new commitments. And those commitments are springing from, like I said, your commitment to your soul, to your growth. Your commitment and your courageous loyalty applied to yourself is such a beautiful gift. It's not gratuitous. It's not shallow. It is essential. And that is why this abundant energy is coming here, because you've done so much work. It's not some fleeting luck thing that I just pulled these cards and then, I guess it's just lucky month. This has been months and years of consistent, conscious work to understand your power and to understand why it matters, that you use it for your own good and for the greater good of everybody. And to understand how you want to use it and how you want to connect with other people and how you want to step into your leadership. It doesn't come without some work deep down in the soil with your bare hands, and you've done it. So enjoy. Enjoy being you this month, Leo, because I tell you what, there are other signs that are going through some much heavier life lessons right now. And you get to be in the new space of joy. And I just heard my neighbor kid scream in there, which is really funny right before I said joy. So I don't know if you can hear that on this video, but I just thought that was funny. I'm going to close it out there because it's just so beautiful. Like, you can't end better than 10 of Pentacles. Oh, it's so good. It's so good, you guys. I'm so excited. If you're still working through that Venus retrograde, I'll leave the toolkit below on Vimeo, as well as the overarching reading. You can click on those links and get more info about what's going on with those transits, with that transit. And then I will also leave my email on my website. So if you would like to work with me, I'd love to work with you. I do book out a little bit in advance, so you'll want to plan ahead for a couple of months down the line. But I'd love to see you, and you can follow me on Instagram at the SARAHTAROT. I would love for you guys to join me. Leo fam, represent. I love it. I'm also wearing PinkLune as always. She's got some of the most beautiful handmade stuff, unique, one of a kind. Check out her store. I'll leave her Etsy shop below as well. I'll see you guys in December. You got this. You're allowed to triumph.